In the last couple of years, the best policy to basically adopt AI is to leverage the best models. These models are huge, they are very expensive, sometimes expensive, but no matter how expensive they are, it justifies to use the best model because it's much cheaper if you want to get any expert or any mistake of using even the second best model is not worth the cost. So that has been the policy of all companies, and that's the reason that you will see such a growth in revenue of OpenAI and Anthropic. However, in the last week or so, two events happened which changed this basically policy. One is the release of Kimi K3. Kimi K3 is an open model, is an open weight model, which actually it were able to compete with all the frontiers models on coding, agentic, and reasoning. These are, the main basically capabilities of these frontier models. So they were basically more or less become. It's the first time that the open source model all of a sudden become one of the top best models. And the second is that the whole industry moved toward basically promoting using open models. It's led by Jensen Huang from NVIDIA, which created an initiative, an open letter, and then supported by Microsoft, IBM, and many other companies. Recently, even OpenAI joined that. Still, Anthropic hasn't joined, but hopefully Anthropic also will join. And that means that, basically encouraging to use these open models, and they more or less committed to release even open models. And that's basically changed the whole game that from now on, many companies, medium to enterprises, even some small companies, now all of a sudden they look and see they can leverage their internal data, the data that they collect from dealing with the customers, from operational data, domain experts, and everything that they have. And now they can more or less have a way to monetize this data. Why? Because in the past, there was no option of, for example, getting GPT from OpenAI or Claude from Anthropic and customize it and fine-tune it. And now this is possible, meaning that now, even though these models are huge, but you can distill it, you can fine-tune it, and you can use it internally. And in a way, now you have an asset that you can monetize your data. That means that from now on, the way to fine-tune a model become very important. And one of these cases is to be able to perform more like a distributed type of training that runs not only one specific platform, rather on variety of platforms, and more or less try to manage the cost and basically seamlessly be able to leverage any kind of a compute you can use for the fine-tuning and training part. And that means that there will be a balance between inference and tuning, because until now the inference was number one usage in terms of a compute. And now we should see more and more companies try to fine-tune their own model. And that's exactly what we do at Brazen Lab. We actually develop a layer that seamlessly lets you fine-tune your model on not only one specific silicon, rather on different basically platforms, and be able to leverage spot instances, be able to leverage any kind of a compute you can think of, and be able to put them all together and use that for your own training, and generate a fine-tuned model which is comparable if you just fine-tune it from scratch on H100.